Welcome back to Pisces TV with Montana B. This is your daily vibe, Pisces, for the collective, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, wherever Pisces may fall in your chart or in your environment. Keep in mind, tarot is entertainment. If it does not resonate with you, feel free to check other aspects of your chart or some of my other videos. As we get started today, for all of my newcomers, thank you for joining, and the returners, I appreciate your continued support. In the description box, I keep you informed. So if you'd like to contact me, booking services, tarot courses, or webinars can all be purchased through my online store. There's a link to the Patreon membership platform if you're interested in the extended to this video or any other video. Here on YouTube, we also have a member section, the merchandise, so check out the winter wear and the community board that is so essential. I wake up every day starting fresh with energy, horoscope forecast, astrology, daily specials, coupon codes, and the works. We have a lot of contests. If you're interested in winning free readings, which is a benefit to your subscription so that you can hit the notification bell and never miss an alert. As we get started, Pisces, let's go in with the current energy. One of my favorites. You see, I'm rubbing my hands. I like sevens, and I'm not even a gambler, but I strongly believe that they're just a lucky number, Pisces, as you are. You have the Chariot here, so I get excited. It talks about the light at the end of the tunnel. It does talk about your shadows and your light kind of being in ordinance, right? You're able to carry all of that and move forward in the right direction. And if some of you are questioning the right direction, that makes sense, given the other cards are here. But with the Chariot, it's just, like I said, a road opener, all right? For some of you guys, it talks about protection, where there aren't any fears. We don't look at all sides of the spectrum. We are strongly focused on that light at the end of the tunnel, which talks about our drive, which talks about some of us doing things solo, okay? Could talk about a guide, as that light at the end of the tunnel could be the guide, asking you to just, look at me, follow me, right? And I'll get you there. You don't have to worry about any, distractions. You don't have to worry about anything in that peripheral view. Just focus on moving forward, which gives us an energy of perseverance and success, winning and balance. It also talks about inner duality when I said that you're kind of carrying your weight well, regardless of what that is. Your willpower. It talks about the sun and the moon, the land and the water. So I love that grounded energy with a little bit of that consciousness. And Pisces, you are water, goals, being goal oriented. And I do cosmic messages. It could also talk about military, which gives me discipline, okay, order, structure. And it's crazy because I was actually thinking about a militant kind of behavior when it comes to a pivot. I was in a drill team, but I noticed that like when the military march, you know how they kind of snap with the pivot when you're turning from left to right? That is the energy that I got over here with the King of Swords. So that's kind of cool that came up. You guys know, especially those of you that take my tarot course, I also implement the fact that the Chariot is the triumph of light, okay? Rules Cancer, and exhalation in Jupiter. The planetary association is the moon. As today, we are kind of like in one of the highest points of the new moon, all right? And the new moon is in Capricorn, if any of that matters to you guys. But along with divinity, willpower, source, drive, it gives me the energy of our King of Wands. So that could come up in some of you guys' love readings, wherever Cancer may fall in your chart, a possible new relationship or something coming toward you, as well as, like I said, your feelings or their feelings. But this current energy talks about goals, for the most part for me, completing them and breaking them down into tears, okay? And not tears as in crying, but tears like short-term goals, that help you get toward that light at the end of the tunnel. Now, what's crossing the Chariot, right? Not bad, but these two cards coming out together really just pointed out the fact that there could be some decisions, directions, feeling at a cross. The Nine of Pentacles talks about a raise of some sort, okay, or a release of something. So the Two of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles, I would say releasing blocks, all right? As the Chariot is an open road, you can go straight through it. For some of you, there could be blocks in, oh, look at that, a need to kind of block that vision, where you can definitely follow the light from within. Now I see it with the blindfold over her eyes and the moon up there. I definitely feel like it could be about choices and decisions, what you choose to see. When I talked about that peripheral view, and then something about this focus on, moving forward. Some of you guys may not even see what that is, but it's like trusting your instinct, your intuition, or source. Okay. Your feelings and your thoughts, something that can be ignored. It also talks about within the next 2 weeks with this Two of Swords. So for some of you guys, there could be an increase of funds coming to you within the next 2 weeks. The Two of Swords does represent winter. It is also moon in Libra. So strong emphasis on moon. And then we have the moon in Libra. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles here. So I absolutely love that. But my initial reaction to it was releasing blocks. And the Chariot talking about the road being open, maybe something that we discuss for you guys, because the daily vibe is pretty general. These things could come back up in the love or finance readings, but for some of you, that is crossing your Chariot. Okay, so whether this is financial, whether this is love, there could be a little bit of blockage within you that needs to be released. When we release ourselves with the Nine of Pentacles, that's coming out of that binded energy, right? It talks about freedom. So someone is like choosing freedom, or not seeing that they have choices when it involves your freedom. If you're feeling locked into particular circumstances, people, and places, okay? Now, and what you need to know. You also got 2 cards here. As like I said, we'll continue the spread. I'm doing the Celtic spread today in the extended. But here's where I got that military energy when they pivot. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the Eight of Pentacles, which could talk about cycles, the way things turn, discipline, working towards something. For some of you guys, it could talk about working through the moon cycles, working through your energy. And in your environment, something that you've been working on, or it could involve work, okay? Like the Nine of Pentacles in some of my spiritual readings, I know the Eight of Pentacles represents just something that, it's disciplined enough to know when to say when, right? The Five of Pentacles are here, on the bark of the tree. And then here's the Three of Pentacles. So 5 Pentacles talk about self-mastery for me. It also talks about, being on the outside. Y'all know the 5 of Pentacles, right? And then we have the addition of the Two of Pentacles that, have been completed, where it talks about some sort of change, right? So we got the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, cool. The Two of Pentacles kind of changed something. And then here's that Third Pentacle that does talk about creation and invention and continuing to go through something that you've already gone through, or going through, as in this Chariot, kind of being focused and moving through whatever these energies are. The King of Swords coming out with that type of energy just made me feel like, again, the focus of the Chariot, but instead of that King of Wands, third eye telepathy, this is more so intelligence. This is patience. This also lines up with, those small goals that all come together for the greater goal, where you do have to use your, use your smarts. Or it also talks about not the emotion, not getting overly creative or eccentric. And most of us here are, don't get me wrong, like I got a tattoo on my face and I love to color my hair. But this is something that I want to say is more prestige, especially for the sources like, no, I get that. Maybe that's not the right word, but it's kind of like, for some of us, whether it's a relationship, a situation, how people see you, working with others, or building something for yourself, the King of Swords is focused, is grounded, in a sense, is very quick-witted with the words, is very intelligent. Even if this person isn't book smart or whatever, it's just like they know how to speak. There's a calm, there's a reserve, there's also an energy of being able to plan. So it's like with the, I didn't tell you, but with the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, it's kind of like nobody wants a firecracker, okay? And I'm black, and I'm a woman, and I laughed because when I saw the cards, I thought about like an angry person or just someone who's, I don't want to say unstable, but yeah, I mean, it's just like firecracker was what I could say without being judgmental, right? So when I saw that, I was like, as an African American, and then people always say that, and then that's something African Americans get upset about. I don't. But maybe that thought, because I'm an intuitive reader, takes me to, like I said, the new studies and the findings in military and how PTSD and trauma is like passed down genetically, as I did see the 10 of Pentacles that could talk about your health. And trauma in military or traumatic situations can be found in DNA, which some decks refer to as the 8 of Pentacles. And it's kind of like some of the angrier ethnicities, quote unquote. I'm not trying to be racist, like across the board. I'm just a theologist, but, Asian, African, it's been said, let's just get the elephant out of the room. But there's a lot of trauma that may have happened down those timelines, as well as a lot of other races or ethnicities. And it's kind of like that could have something to do with the blocks here. Now that I think about it, if there are any things that still need to be healed, especially since we talked about the shadow aspect or the moon and the sun and the light, and working through all of those things, which, takes us back to that. Now, if this is love and what you need to know, somebody could take some work, something, especially for a water sign. If you're dealing with an air sign or someone who has the characteristic traits of the King of Swords, it could take work, it could. But if that's what you want, especially those of you that say, I'm ready to move forward with my life, I'm tired of being single, that, still in alignment with this person probably wouldn't deal with a firecracker. So we're going to get into the extended. Hopefully all of this information also comes up individually so that we can see where the effects are in your financial life and or love life, or for some of you, just your life purpose. Until next time, Pisces, if this is where we leave off, thank you for joining us. And the rest of you, I'll see you on the other side.